So Android, initially developed by Android Incorporated, of course, was later acquired by Google in 2020 in 2005. No? So the platform officially launched in 2008 with the release of the HTC Dream, no, or the T-Mobile G1. So the first commercially available smartphone running Android. So designed as an open source operating system based on the Linux kernel. So Android quickly attracted developers actually and manufacturers with its flexibility, allowing for customization across a range of devices. No, its open source nature has enabled widespread adoption, leading to the development of various Android version. It's introducing new features and enhancement in areas like performance, security, and user experience na pinapromise ng lahat ng programming language. Over the years, no, Android has introduced major updates identified by version numbers and until Android 10. Alphabetically organized, dessert names like Cupcake, Jelly Bean, and Oreo. No? And each new version brought innovative features to meet the needs of the rapidly evolving tech landscape. For example, no, Android 5.0, Lollipop introduced material design, giving Android apps a more consistent and visually appealing look. More recent updates na such as Android 11 and Android 12 focus on privacy naman po and use permissions, ensuring users have more control over app permissions. Now, notification handling and data security. So this evolution actually reflects Android response to consumer demand and competition from iOS na available din sa market. So in terms of market share, no, Android dominates the global smartphone market largely due to its availability across numerous device manufacturers including nandiyan si Samsung, si Huawei, si Xiaomi, no? Android's open source model has extended its reach beyond the smartphone into tablet, smart TVs, di ba po, wearable devices, and even automobiles. Now, with a versatile development environment, Android support application across various industries from e- from e-commerce, no, and social media to health and education. To social media to health and education. So developers and businesses are particularly drawn to Android for its scalability, including the creation of application with wide-reaching impacts, so from small startup to global enterprises. Okay, so last time, no, I encourage everyone to setting up the environment of Android. So because to begin developing for Android, setting up the development environment is essential. No? The primary tool for this is Android Studio. And I think aware na po lahat. The official integrated development environment, no, yung IDE na tinatawag natin for Android application development, Android Studio is based on IntelliJ IDEA, no, providing robust features like code editing, syempre, debugging, and performance tools specific to Android. So during the installation, developers are prompted to install necessary tools including the Android Software Development Kit. Huwag kalimutan yung SDK, Android Virtual Design, yung EVD emulator, and yung mga essential libraries. This setup ensure a streamlined environment that integrates all components required for app development, testing, and syempre debugging. Setting up an emulator with Android Studio allows developers to test their application across various Android version and device types without needing physical devices. So the emulators simulates different screen sizes, resolutions, and hardware configurations, making it easier to identify user interface issues and performance differences. Additionally, as developer can connect real devices to Android Studio for testing by enabling developer option and USB debugging on the device. So testing on a real device is often prepared because it offers insights into real-world app performance. So especially when dealing with features like GPS, no, camera, and sensors that may not be fully represented in emulators. Now, setting up the environment is important first step, no, as it enables a productive workflow. No, developers can quickly iterate, test, and optimize their code within Android Studio. So with the IDE's powerful tools for code editing, debugging, and profiling, developers can troubleshoot and enhance their apps more efficiently, making the process from idea to app deployment smoother and faster. So this environment setup lays a solid foundation, ensuring developers have the right tools to create high quality Android application. So it is important for us as developer to understand project structure. Ano po? In Android project, no? In Android project, in Android Studio, no, follows a specific structure designed to organize files and resources efficiently. At the root level, di po ba, there is typically a Gradle build system, an app folder containing application code and resources and configuration files like the Android manifest.xml. So Gradle is a build automation tool that handles dependencies, build variants, and versioning, making it critical for or essential for managing external libraries and SDKs. Now, it allows us to customize build configurations based on requirements such as debugging or releasing an app. So the build.gradle files located in both the project and app modules play a critical role in compiling and linking resources and code, no, into the final app package. So within the app folder, no, developers will find the folders for Java or Kotlin files, application code. No? XML resources, yung para sa layouts, drawable images, strings, and styles. No? And other resources organized by usage. So the rest, yung RES directory naman po, contains essential resources like layouts in the layout folder, image in the drawable folder, and string in the values folder. So we have layout, drawable, values folder. And these resources are defined separately from the code for better organization and location support, no, or localization support, no. So the Android manifest.xml file naman po is the blueprint of the app, declaring permission app app components katulad po ng activities and services and app level settings. So these structures allows for better separation of concerns, making the app easier to manage and maintain. Because ako, sigurado naman ako, no, understanding the project structure is fundamental, no, to effective Android development. With this structure, you as developer can easily navigate between code files, between resources, and sa configuration po ng inyong program. Organizing resources separately enables smoother translation, user experience or user interface modifications rather, and app optimization. The Gradle build system naman po, flexibility allows developers to manage dependencies and build configuration efficiently, streamlining the development process. So familiarity with this project structure helps developers maintain clean code, manage resources efficiently, and navigate between different parts of the application effortless. Now, Now, last time I will assign you to create the first Android project, yung walang kamatayang Hello World. No? So, creating a Hello World app is a classic exercise for beginners, no? And provides a hands-on introduction to Android development. In Android Studio, no, starting a new projects involve choosing a project template such as an empty activity. Di po ba? Which automatically set up the project structure and necessary files. Once created, the main activity file, no, and its corresponding XML layout file are generated. So the main activity is where the app's logic and lifecycle events are managed, while the XML layout file defines the UI element. So the Hello World message can be customized by modifying the text view in the layout file, giving users a quick insights into how user interface components can be added and manipulated. After that, running the project on an emulator or real device brings the app to file. Uh, Running the project on an emulator or real device brings the app to life, no, allowing developers to see their work in action. So this process introduced them to the fundamentals of compiling and deploying the Android app, including managing Gradle syncs and handling errors. Now, this simple application setup also reveals how Android Studio assists developers with suggestion, automatic code generation, and error highlighting. So the Hello World app, though minimal, is a powerful demonstration of Android's project setup, offering beginners an accessible way to understand how to build, compile, and run an Android app. So the Hello World project highlights essential Android development workflows, include the use of XML for user interface design, no, and Java Kotlin for application logic. Uh, it provides a foundation that allow beginners to build more complex projects with confidence. No, though through this exercise, no, developers or you as developers become familiar with Android Studio environment, learning how to manage project files, access resources, and troubleshoot common issues. No, so this project introduced the essential concept that serve as a stepping stone to more advanced Android development topics. Now, how about the Android development basic? Siyempre, kung nakagawa na natin si Hello World, we need to understand the Android development basic. No? Android application are composed of fundamental components, katulad na sinasabi ko kanina, activity, services, broadcast, receiver, and content provider. Ulit, ano po yung fundamental components sa application, Android application? Activity, services, broadcast receiver, and content provider. So bali apat po 'yun, ano? Activity, services, broadcast receiver, and content provider. Ang activity po is a primary building block for Android app, no? Representing a single screen with a user interface. Each activity has a life cycle that dictates how it behaves as user interact with it. Ang activity naman po is a primary building block of an Android app representing a single screen with a user interface. Each activity has a life cycle that dictates naman po how it behaves a user interacts with it. Yung services naman po run operations in the background without a user interface. Useful for tasks like playing music or fetching data. Yung broadcast receivers handling system-wide events like network connectivity, changing or incoming calls naman po. Yung content providers manage data sharing between applications, allowing app to access data from other apps like contacts or media files. Understanding these components is essential for building feature-rich applications. So, nabigay na po natin kung anong gamit ni activity, ni services, ni broadcast receiver, and content provider. So, the activity life cycle is crucial, no, concept for managing how the app respond to user interaction and system events. So, ibig sabihin, ang activity life cycle, ito po yung nagre-respond sa kung anong ginagawa ni user. No? So each activity goes through a series of stages katulad po ng on create, on start, on resume, on pause, on stop, and on destroy. Kapag tayo po ay nagki-create ng application or kaya ng game sa ating mobile app, nag-start tayo ng game, nag-resume tayo ng game, nag-post tayo ng game, nag-stop tayo ng game, or dinilit mismo natin yung game. Yun po ay function ni activity life cycle. Okay? And this stage actually uh, allow developers to control resources efficiently and ensure the app platform smoothly. Now, let's say for example, no, on create, no, initialize the activity, on pause, release resources if the user navigates away, and on destroy, cleans up resources when the activity is no longer needed. Mastery of the activity lifecycle is vital for managing transition, resource usage, and data persistence effectively. Yung mga phone ninyo, di ba, nakaset yan. Halimbawa, nag-games kayo, ano, di ba, pagka ilang minuto lang na kayo naka-stop, di ba, nag-close yung screen, tapos kailangan mo pang i-open or and so on. Ganun din po yung ano natin na on pause, automatic nag-close. No? So, a solid understanding of Android development basic from the backbone of creating functional and responsive apps, each component plays a distinct role in shaping user experience, handling tasks, and interacting with other applications. So I believe by leveraging these components, you as developers can craft engaging and efficient applications tailored to a variety of use cases. So this foundation enables further exploration into advanced topics such as managing complex UI, handling multi-threaded operations, and utilizing third-party libraries. So anong dapat nating tandaan sa ano natin? Kailangan natin maunawaan po yung uh, mga fundamental components katulad ng activity, services, broadcast, receiver, and content provider. At the same time, yung sa activity life cycle, kailangan po nating makita kung ano yung ano yung concept for managing the app respond no, to user interactions and system events katulad po ng on create, on start, on resume, on pause, on stop, and on destroy. Ano pa? Now,